going? So for those who don't know me, my name is Bethany and I'm the owner of Bethany Alice, and I like to say I'm in the business of all things creations, not just alterations. So I work with women to create unique, one-of-a-kind pieces that are just an extension of their truest selves and their style and fit their body just as they are right now, all from what's already hanging in their wardrobe. So today what I want to be talking to you about is this, infamous ideal that in order to feel good in your clothes, you need to lose weight. So before I go on, I just want to say a huge disclaimer. I am definitely not a doctor or a health practitioner. So if you are genuinely concerned about your weight, this is definitely something you should talk to your doctor about. But today I do love to talk about it because it is really something that does plague women. Nearly every woman I've met or I've encountered has wanted to lose weight or wanted to change their body in some way. And if you feel like this, I just want to let you know, I see you, I hear you, your thoughts and your feelings and, this sort of discomfort in your own skin are completely and utterly valid. The pressure on women these days is honestly ridiculous. And it's been really interesting through the work that I've done through my business, but then I've also been a stylist at a bridesmaid showroom for 5 years, and it really taught me in that time sort of how prolific this messaging is that is sort of rammed into women that you need to lose weight in order to look good. But I definitely found that this was a feeling that didn't sort of discriminate. I had plus size women who wanted to lose weight to feel good, all the way down to women who were about a size 6 to 8 who still felt like they had to lose weight. I remember once I was working with a woman, this beautiful woman, and she was 4 foot nothing, tiny little pocket rocket. She was just gorgeous, and she was trying on a dress and she said she wanted to lose weight, and I was so shocked. I audibly said, "How are you going to lose a rib?" It just shook me because day in and day out, I saw these beautiful women of all different shapes, sizes, colours, everything. And all of them felt like in order to feel good and to almost feel worthy to feel good in this dress, that they had to change themselves to fit into it. And I'm like, why are we putting so much pressure on ourselves to change for a bloody piece of fabric? It's just fabric at the end of the day. But in society and in media and everywhere we look, these beauty definitions have been, rammed into us. Someone somewhere has decided that you have to look like this person to be deemed as beautiful. Who decided that? Where did that come from? And it's really interesting how you can see over the decades that beauty standard changes like a fashion trend. How can a body change like a fashion trend? We are human beings. We are vessels that walk this planet. These flesh suits allow us to do so much, but we're told that they have to look a certain way. And I do want to also really acknowledge my own pretty privilege right now. I am a slim white woman, and that has been deemed as beautiful in society. So I need to acknowledge that privilege, that I don't understand what it can be like to go into a store and not buy something off the rack that doesn't fit me, to not see myself in media. That can be really detrimental, I think, to women, to not see yourself be represented out there. And I do think this is changing. I really, really do, which is awesome. You can't be what you can't see. And I'm a massive advocate for teaching women that you are beautiful just as you are right now. You are worthy to feel amazing in your clothes just as you are right now. You don't need to go on a diet. You don't need to get a tan. You don't need to change your hair. You can be beautiful just as you are right now. And that can be really hard to accept. That can be really hard to feel and to own when you're being told everywhere you look that you're not, So that is definitely one of, the biggest reasons I think I started my business, was what I learned from, working in that bridesmaid showroom, is just teaching women that it's not that hard to feel good in that piece of clothing. Sometimes all it takes is about 1 to 2 centimeters of change in the fabric. That's literally it. How easy is that, to just change a piece of clothing by a couple of centimeters, and that can just make you feel so good. I have seen it time and time again. Honestly, it is just pure magic when I alter a piece of clothing for a woman and she looks in the mirror, and I can see for a split second she's giving herself permission to go, oh, I actually look good. And then she realizes, and I didn't have to change anything about myself to feel that. It is honestly the most rewarding thing I can ever do or see in people. It is just magic. And that's why I want to share it with you guys. Like, it really is that easy. A couple of centimeters to just get you feeling like, oh, yes, I can feel good in this piece of clothing. Because I can't remember where I read it, but something like less than 10% of the population will actually fit a standard size off the rack. So when you go shopping and you try on a piece of clothing and it just isn't fitting and you feel like shit, that's so normal. You are so normal for feeling that. And to go into sort of standard sizing a little bit, just briefly so you understand, the way it works is a brand will have what's called a fit model. So they'll have someone come in and they will base all their patterns for their designs of this woman's body and say that that will be the brand's standard size 10. And then they will grade all of the sizes off that base size. And if you have a different fit model for every single brand, that's why it's all different, because all our bodies are different. So it's really hard when there isn't any standard, and that's why you might go to one store and be a size 12, and then in another store you might be in a size 16 to 18, and you just leave feeling like shit. But it's not you, it's the clothing. And it's so easy to fix that, but I can understand and appreciate that there is just still so much stigma behind maybe having to go a bigger size, or when you try something on and it just doesn't fit, you internalize a lot of that. You put a lot of that onto yourself and go, oh, well, I'm still carrying a bit of Christmas weight, or, I haven't lost a bit of that baby weight. And it's just so easy for it to go onto there instead of going, no, this garment isn't working for me. It's not working hard enough for what I need. I need more room across the bust because that's just the way my bust is. Or these pants aren't going to fit me because it needs to be tailored at my waist and more room in my hips. And that knowledge, I think, isn't out there enough for the pressure to be taken off you and then put onto your clothing. And that's what I love teaching people. I remember once I had a client and I just loved what she said to me. We started working together and she said, I think I've just accepted that after having my kids, this is my body now. And now I need my clothes to fit that. And I was just like, yes. It takes a lot, I think, to sort of have that self-acceptance and to love yourself just as you are. It takes a lot of work. And if you've been following me for a while, or if you're considering working with me, I want to acknowledge that you are already doing that work. You are already shifting something in your brain and in your psyche to start loving yourself and to get your clothes to be an expression and an extension of that. And I want to applaud you. Keep doing the work, because it's going to get even better. And when your clothes fit yourself and like you feel good in them, that energy just exudes and you feel confident and you can go out and just achieve everything you need to achieve. I know it can feel vain and maybe vapid to like start with things that make you look good, but it just changes your whole energy. Like I've gone to the hairdresser today and got my hair done, and it's just like, I feel amazing. I feel like I could conquer the world. The same can happen with your clothing, is getting it to fit you and your needs and your desires to get this amazing energy, and it just be an extension of you. So you can go out and just live your best life. We can talk about this forever. But I think at the end of the day, it's really hard to fit into these beauty standards and, to think that I'll be happy when I look like this, or I'll feel beautiful when I look like that, because at the end of the day, even if every single person did the same exercise regimen and ate exactly the same thing, we're still all going to look different. Our bodies are still going to be different. And I think, if you believe I'll be happy when I'm this weight, I don't think there's ever that perfect weight. There's never that perfect looking like someone to then feel worthy of being beautiful. You are allowed to do that right now, just as you are right now. And, maybe we need to move away from the health perspective. Again, I'm not a doctor. Go see your doctor if you have concerns, but do we need to move the conversation away from looking skinny to just nurturing this body that allows us to do so much? and just helping it stay healthy and strong and, you know, mindful and free and all that kind of stuff, you know, like maybe that's the new healthy, rather than I need to get down to looking like that model before I can be healthy. So just food for thought. I could talk about this forever, you know, each their own opinion, but you know, here at Bethany Alice, I'm all for you are absolutely worthy of being beautiful and feeling amazing in your clothes just as you are right now. And if you can't give yourself that permission, let me give it to you. I give you permission to be beautiful and to feel amazing in your clothes right now. So if you want to find out more about me, links are all below. If you want to work together, I would love to. If you want a hype woman to come in and just tell you to feel amazing, you look amazing, I would love to be that for you. So until then, take care. And like I said, you're beautiful just as you are.